Hey everybody, I'm Chad Eckert and that's Joe Idone. This is the Preferred Lines podcast where you can find us cracking beers and talking some golf every Monday evening live on Twitter, streaming on Twitch and on YouTube, and we'll be on iTunes later. Subscribe, like, review, all of those places. This is the finale of the season. It is the playoff finale. We're at the Tour Championship. Joe, you and I, before we clicked in here, we were talking a little bit about that. But before we get into that, there is a Jock Market this week, or is there not?
Yes, there is a Jock Market this week.
Okay, because that might be the place to go. Not only can you now shorting players, that is amazing. I haven't tried it yet. I was scared to do it. Did you try any short anybody this last week?
I did. I still need to learn a little bit of ins and outs before I'm going to try to do some more stuff by Wednesday. But it should be a very interesting Jock Market. So if you haven't done it yet, use the promo code PL and you will get a deposit match up to 50. That's the promo code, right? PL?
I think so.
All right, cool.
Nobody's used it.
So they are utilizing starting strokes. So it's going to go by finishing position. However, if you win the tournament, let me back up a minute. They are not utilizing starting strokes. Everyone starts at 0, but if you win the tournament, it is worth the extra 5-point bonus that they give to the winner. So last year, for instance, Xander had the low score, but DJ got the 5-point bonus because he won the actual tournament, which vaulted him in the first. Xander was second. Gotcha. We'll touch on it this week. It's still going to be a ton of fun. It'll be interesting. I think Cantlay and Rahm probably break records for the price per share they're going to go for. Sure. But should be fun. We enjoy them. They've supported us all season long, as have you guys. So thank you all and thank them.
We is you and Rick, right? On Wednesday nights, you have the Power Hour. It is a YouTube program on the Rick Run Good YouTube channel. Go over there, find that on Wednesday. As the IPO closes, we know all about the Jock Market. They're great people. Hey, did you enjoy this tournament this last week? I loved seeing Bryson battle with Patrick Cantlay because we knew both of these players, they have no brain. They're controlled by a computer chip. They're robotic human beings in different ways. Bryson being a superhuman and a weirdo and just having that drive off the tee. And then you got Patrick Cantlay just insane with the putter, super hot. What a fun battle. I mean, we got two different styles. One guy's bombing it over a lake. The other guy's kind of putting it off to the side. I mean, this was so fun, right? You were enjoying it.
I loved it. It was an amazing final round. I had a Bryson ticket, as did many. I offset that with a couple of crafty top 10, top 20 bets. That got me up on the week, so I wasn't as pissed when he lost. But look, there was nothing better than that I can remember. But yeah, it's most recent, but that was incredible. What's up, Augie? Guys, if you guys are here, this show is wide open, right? We're going to talk the betting board, but if you have questions, please drop them in there. We'd be happy to answer. Going back to last week, Cantlay, stone cold killer with the putter. No emotion, draining everything. Bryson was 40 yards past him, it seems like, every time on 18. And then he answered the call. Let's give him some credit. Him going in the water, answered the call there, stuck it on that par 3, which you could tell when they got to 17, it was a bad number for Bryson because you could just tell the conversations he was having with his caddy that I've got to try to get this pitching wedge there, although it's kind of in between. He was, every time he went back, he's like, okay, I don't have another option. I've got to try to hammer this wedge 190 yards. And he did it, on command. He was awesome. Cantlay was awesome. It was a great culmination to a super season year. No shots yet at the tour finale. But that was everything that we love about golf. And congrats to Patrick Cantlay.
Yeah. Do you get pissed off when people are moving around or walking, or does that distract you while you're playing? I mean, every once in a while, if I'm really focused or something, or I'm trying to focus really hard, I end up thinking about the other things that are distracting me more than if I just go up there and I'm more like lazy and say, oh, whatever, I don't care. I'm going to make my swing and do my thing, play the music, talking my backswing, doesn't bother me. Those are the times when I play better. But if I'm like, that little thing's bothering me, then it irritates me. So are you a Bryson type where you're going to tell the guy to stop walking?
I could care less. It doesn't bother me at all.
Okay.
I'm in the country club game now, so I've seen some guys where this will throw them off big time. Like you're talking, there's a conversation going on here. Your ball marker's in the way, like little things. It's just play, right? I don't care. There can be sounds. No, I don't care.
Yeah. See, no. Bryson just comes across as the jerk, but I don't know if he's intentionally trying to be a jerk or he's just like, oh, can you please stop, and like doesn't know how to say it, and like he just comes across as the way he comes across. So sometimes you gotta give Bryson a break because he's just not a normal person. They're, like I said, I mean, they're robotic computer humans. We can talk about the Tour Championship format because that was a hot topic today. I had a tweet that I talked about. Does anyone actually like this format? Because from all of what I see on normal Twitter, I mean, like, I just thought you don't like it. I don't really like it. Nobody really likes it, but there's some comments and people that actually like it. Like Josh Perry says that, it's okay. I mean, we were better off doing this than having Balionis stand in front of a touch screen explaining scenarios all week. I mean, we've got a lot of people coming to the defense of this tournament, including Luke Sweated Out. I mean, these people Josh, of course, loves to
JB
say that he likes it, but maybe he really doesn't. I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. People are into it, but you're not. We don't have any solutions, or I guess this just kind of is what it is. And the tournament last week really, truly turned out to be the entertainment version of what they want this week to be.
Yeah.
So like,
yes, this week, there's no scenario where this week can hold a candle to last week. There isn't. Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, I guess there is a way, but that was awesome. That was everything. Everyone started at the same boat. You had two great players dueling it out down the stretch. I hate it. I've been very vocal about this for the last couple of years. I don't know necessarily that I think that I have a win-win solution. I like the idea of staggered match play. I get why a lot of people don't like that because, Rahm can go out in the first round, Cantlay can drop, and all of a sudden you're left with a finale of Corey Connors and Eric Van Rooyen for the Tour Championship. That can happen. I think there are ways to sort of negate the chances of that, but that can happen this week too, right? I mean, you've got Sam Burns is 6 back, Answer is 6 back. Like you can end up with those two guys dueling it out for the Tour Championship, and neither one of them had the best year, right? Even if they win this week in a 30-man field, they have one win plus a win in a 30-man field. I don't know if there's a better way. I like match play can be awesome. Like we got the sense last week, like that was match play. Yeah. Bryson Cantlay was the entire closing 6 holes of that tournament plus the playoff was essentially match play. True. That's what it was. And it was the most exciting event of the year. So you can get that in match play. It's hard to, end up with number 1 versus number 2, which this gives you the most likely scenario. But I disagree with the guys who are number 1 and number 2. So that's where I feel like the system is flawed. So that's my take on it. If you guys open it up, tell me why I'm wrong. I'm happy to hear it. I know the many reasons, but that's still my side.
No, I feel you, and I'm not as much into match play. And if they're gonna do this format where someone starts with strokes, which I guess is the only real way to, you cash in your FedEx Cup points for strokes. I get that. Okay, then let's emphasize the points better throughout the season. Meaning a major winner, even a second place, third place at a major gets as many points as a Sanderson's Farms winner. Let's just make it that. Also, why aren't the tiered starting points different? Like it could be weighted based on if Patrick Cantlay is Tiger Woods and dominates throughout the season, then let him be minus 26 and the next guy be minus 12 because that's what he deserves. But Patrick Cantlay doesn't deserve a minus 10 based on his season compared to everybody else. I think we need to maybe weight it a little differently. Maybe Cantlay and Rahm, they truly probably, and Bryson, they should all start at like -12. And those three should just get a clear, distinct advantage. And then why does Finau all of a sudden, he has one win and it happened 2 weeks ago, then all of a sudden he's in, like, I just hate that, where you won a playoff event, so then now you're first place in the playoffs. Like, Cantlay's in the lead all of a sudden. Like, Cantlay didn't play most of the, like, I mean, how many tournaments did Cantlay even play? So then how is he the one that's in the lead starting off?
I don't get it. It's rewarding. I get that it's both, right? So there's part of it that the idea, there's scenarios where they're trying to reward season-long success and not just reward a guy who had one win. So what I'm talking about here is Cam Smith is -5. What was Cam Smith's big win this year? He played great all season long, which is what they're trying to reward. But at the same token, while they're trying to say that, they're also telling you that Finau and Cantlay with 2 wins are worth more than guys who won major championships. Hideki is -1. He won the Masters. DJ is -3. He won the Masters technically in this season. Morikawa, who I would argue should probably has the second best season of the year. Look, if you go through the full season and you say who had the best season and the second best season, it's Rahm and Morikawa. Mm-hmm. There's no argument there. I don't feel like there is, right? They should be 1 and 2. And that's the part that sort of pains me. Sung J M is -3 and like, I don't know.
No, so it turns out to be like an NCAA tournament or the NBA playoffs, where
in one stroke
an 8 seed can upset. It could be the Denver Nuggets, Dikembe Mutombo upsetting somebody, or the New York Knicks get into the playoffs and then they end up going all the way to the finals and they're an 8 seed. I mean, that happens sometimes in the NCAA tournament. So that's why this is not the same as who's the best player. Like, you have the MVP of the season, but sometimes there's a guy in the playoffs that does it better. So I think that ultimately, like, this is why we don't like it, is because it's not a reflection of what we have put all this work in for the last 50 weeks or so to see that this is the result, so that our buddies who haven't paid attention at all and that are coming into it, hey, the NFL's about to start, I'm going to get back into that. Oh, golf's still going on. Oh, there's the finals. Cantlay's the best player. Rahm and isn't up there. Finau is better than Bryson. What the hell? And then they think that Finau has had an amazing season and Cantlay's better than everybody else. And it looks like, I mean, Berger, for example, is even, and he's been really consistent all year long, top 10s. Koepka's -2. Koepka's bad. I mean,
no, he's been like, Koepka's had a great year. Yeah. He's got a win and he's got a bunch of stuff. Okay, so let's go back to 2 years ago when they sort of changed this up, right? The idea and the premise behind this was that the other method was too confusing, right? Casual golf fans, our dads, our buddies who don't really bet, but they'll tune in on Sunday afternoon, didn't understand how Tiger won the event, but didn't win the Tour Championship. You know what I'm saying? So that was so confusing to people that they wanted a system where you have one winner. Mm-hmm. But now, like, all I've been flooded with this week, because I'm going on a golf trip and like I'm on a huge text thread, is friends who casually follow golf. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, they don't understand this at all.
Understand this part.
Why do people have a lead? Like, they're people. I'm getting questions from people like, "What is this? Like, this is the Tour Championship?" And I'm like, "Yes, dude. I've been saying this for 2 years." So, I don't know. I don't necessarily have a solution. I just hate that, like, this amazing season and what we've seen over the last year, right? Since the start of the year, is incredible tournaments, incredible finishes, that this is how it's probably going to end. With the Cantlay, Finau, Rahm duel down the stretch, and everyone else is kind of out of it.
Yeah, and then I can make an argument that Hovland could have a -9, -5. He's -14 to get going here, and then he's right back in it. But there's, like, he could do that, but there's like a 4% chance that he does it and a 96% chance that he doesn't. So therefore, you really truly have like only 5 or 6 guys that could actually win. So then this is lame.
It's crazy. Like Jeff here was saying, if odds were thrown out, Tony Finau would be one less. Like the guy 2 weeks ago was like down the odds
He
board,
was
like
60.
scrolling down pages, 66-1. Like we're in the FedEx Cup playoffs. And you're scrolling down like a page and a half to find this guy. He comes through with the win. He played amazing. He's number 2.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Stupid.
Yeah, I know. So we can harp on that more, but we could get to the betting board and get on with it. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's talk about this betting board, and this one is with the strokes included. Okay, whoops. It is Jon Rahm at the tippity tip top, even though he is not the starting guy at 10 under. It's Patrick Cantlay, but he is still the favorite. So with a 4-stroke deficit, we're pretending like the first round has already been played. We're betting live. Would you lay the lumber after Wednesday's round, let's say, in a 5-round tournament, on Jon Rahm if he's 4 back? I might do it. But is plus 350 worth it?
It's hard for me to evaluate any of these odds. I don't think that in, let's say it's a shortened WGC field, and Cantlay comes out to 10 under, Finau's 8 under, Rahm's 4 back, that he's plus 350 here.
No, he's not. He's like 12-1.
I don't think so.
Yeah, these odds suck. These odds are horrible.
So no, I'm not betting that. I don't have interest in Cantlay. Like it's
imagine laying. Why would
I can't do these? This is a DraftKings week for me. It sucks. I hate this. Is like because you know me. I love betting. Like I like betting on golf more than anything. Mm-hmm. And this is just painful way to end the season for me because it's hard for me to isolate much real value here. I'll make a couple bets, but
so if Rahm and Cantlay are at this 350 and plus 400, and then Bryson even at plus 550, you got 7-1 on Tony Finau, who starts the tournament 2 back. Those numbers are there. Why aren't the numbers down here where you can get why isn't Harris English or these guys 75-1 or 100-1? Right. They should be. This if you're betting these numbers, you're just giving the bookie money. Like,
okay, I bet Rory last week was 28-1. Everyone started at 0. He's 8 back and he's 25-1. Like the same can be said about DJ last week was like 25-1. He's 7 back and he's 20-1. Yes, I get it. The elite can be erased quickly. If he plays well, he's going to find himself in contention. But he's a touchdown behind. He's a touchdown behind Patrick Cantlay, and they haven't even put a peg in the ground yet.
It's like
that's ground. He's got to make that up.
Joe, you and I, we check in every single round after the round's over. What are the odds? Like we're trying to maybe hedge ourselves, or we're trying to get an idea of what the betting market is saying and who's going to win or whatever. These numbers are god awful if it was the way that it is. Like they would literally not even allow you to bet on someone that's like 7 strokes back because they have no chance. So anyone like a Hovland or a Louis or a DJ, they wouldn't even show up. They'd show up in like a field category that you wouldn't want to bet on because they got no chance. So let's not do that. Let's not bet. Like, dude, bet with the starting strokes, right?
Yeah, that's we. Yes, I agree. Maybe. Like those are like the most natural place to have odds. My book doesn't have those, the ones that I'm using right now. So either that or they haven't posted them yet. So I haven't even really dug too much into it, Chad. I don't know if you have a lean or two kind of without the starting strokes, but this gets weird also because you could have guys protecting leads, right? This is a massive payday. So you could Patrick Cantlay could be up 7 going into Sunday and just sort of nestle down and protect. You have guys like finishing 7th and finishing 12th is a massive difference this week. So there's so many other motivational things that come into play when when assessing this without strokes that these players aren't looking into. Like they don't care what they finish without starting strokes. They care what they finish with.
Yeah, I thought that. And then I remembered that the OWGR pays these players in points based on their without strokes score.
Wait, the OWGR pays players?
Or gives points or whatever. Scores.
Oh, gives points. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
So then
they rewarded
maybe they
Xander for
care
points.
more than we think they care. Now, regardless of all that, I don't think that I would bet the top of the board even without strokes. I think you got to go. You got to get kind of cute. You got to go down, Joe. You got to look for like a Scheffler, Morikawa. These guys, they're going to go for birdies. They're going to do what they need to do, and they're 20-1 without anything going on, which is still shitty, but it's better. Now, I didn't do that. I would go more like a Victor Hovland at 28-1, maybe a Sam Burns who has a little chip on his shoulder, wants to prove it a little bit, probably going to get the snub from the Ryder Cup. So Sam Burns at 35-1 without starting strokes, or a Sungjae Im who is trending towards a win. We get 35 on Sungjae. Feels fair to me. Based on how he's played recently, he's trending great. So at 35-1, that would be the bet I'd make without starting strokes. Maybe you could even consider taking a look at Sungjae with the starting strokes as well, because Im is 7 under. He's going to fire at birdies. I mean, coming in, he's 45, which is ridiculous, dude. Oh my God. So he's 7 back. He's 45. What am I talking about? Of course, don't do that. Just do this. Do without starting strokes. You get him at 35 with that.
So
that's
weird.
way better. What are we doing here? Right?
That's so weird. So what is Burns? Burns is 35-1 without starting strokes. What is he with?
40.
And
Unbelievable.
Sam Burns is -4. So yeah, this is where you need a smarter brain than mine to sort of figure this stuff out. That's why I'm just gonna take it lightly this week, and I hate that.
Now, yeah. No one's.
Can one of these guys? Let's answer this question for me.
It's gonna be hard.
There's a couple of guys at -1, -2. Can those guys get in this?
I thought that. I think
all right,
Rory
so
can.
Hideki is triple digits. He's -1. Corey Connors is 125-1. How those two ended up with the same? Hideki was just in a playoff at a WGC a month ago. He also won the biggest tournament of the year, right? He won the real Masters with fans, with everyone. And Corey Connors, their level. So we're gonna do a staggered start, and those two are gonna start together.
That's why I'm saying, Joe. Why does it have to be -10 to start? Well, EVR should be like +11, and they should be like, "Thanks for coming. You have no fucking chance, buddy. You're dead last. Like, you're automatically dead last. Even if you shoot 30 under par for this tournament, you have 59 every single day. EVR, you shouldn't fucking win this tournament. So EVR, you should start +11. Patrick Reed, I guess you could start even. I don't know, but some of these players, they shouldn't even be here. They should start at plus numbers. They should just happy to be here, which is again why this is all a waste of time if that's the case. So then they're like, "Oh, we'll give you even," but then that just doesn't. That's the same purpose as giving +11. Like that's all fucking stupid. But Cantlay shouldn't be the guy in the lowest score. It should be Rob.
Yeah, it should be Rob.
It should be Rob. It should be Bryson, maybe, and then
it should be Morikawa.
Yeah, Morikawa should be definitely like -9 at this point. So you could give Rahm and Bryson. I mean, guess you could give Cantlay because it's the playoffs. You know, you give him a win there, and you get a faint fee now because it's the playoffs. You give him there, and then I don't know, Cam Smith. He performed in the playoffs. Was that even a playoff event that he was in the playoffs?
Yeah, that was Liberty.
Okay, so I guess he can be up there. Answer in England, I guess they had good seasons, and Answer won the WGC just most recently. But then how was Answer the rest of the season? Like, I don't understand this.
I think the one and only thing that I can see myself betting are two guys. It's Xander and Sam Burns. And I just think Xander with it last year, I think that he's the type of guy that I think can erase this type of deficit potentially. He does have 72 holes in 4 days to do so. So we've seen crazier things happen. We haven't seen a single guy. Was Cantlay leading going into Sunday, or were they tied?
When
they were tied, right?
Yeah, 21 under.
Yeah. So we haven't seen a guy hold a lead on Sunday since Phil at the PGA, which was back in June. So, you know, Cantlay's holding a lead, and he's got 4 days to do it. So, yeah, I those are the only two guys that I'm considering, and that's kind of the only take that I have on this.
Yeah, same. Okay, Sungjae Im is my favorite non-starting strokes guy. I'd probably just I mean, I think I just did Rom and Bryson or something at the top. It was like, okay, I'm betting 2 guys and put 5 on each, and I win $10 if one of them wins. Like, it's so stupid. So
Yeah.
don't even do it. Now, you could play DraftKings where it's a little bit different, and then you can get different with your lineup construction too, because we kind of might know ownership. And if you want to know more about ownership, you can check into the Fantasy Golf Pod YouTube channel Wednesday mornings where I discuss this stuff, ownership
Yes.
projections. So that might be very important this week. And don't be afraid to leave some money off the table. I mean, there's only 30 people in the field.
Okay, so 2 great points there. You know my take and my stance on ownership this week is different.
Yeah, right. You got to consider it.
You have maybe only 29 guys in the field. I was looking before we came on, and there still isn't any real news. Patrick Reed has an 11:40 tee time, which is the first tee time off on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's playing.
Yeah.
So you may only have 29 guys. You have to roster 6 of them. Essentially, you have to roster 20% of the field this week, right? So ownership is going to play an important factor. And number 2 that I think you hit on, it may not be a bad week to leave $500-600 on the table. If you want to get different, if you're playing a big format GPP, I think that you can leave a lot out there and just sort of dip down, and it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you that much.
No, look at this team: Morikawa, Hovland, Koepka. You can do my guy Ammon Scheffler, and then you can go down and do Berger, and that leaves $6,000.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to get the winner if you want to win a GPP.
Sure.
You've got to get the winner, so you've got to hope one of those guys sort of make a surge. So maybe you go one of the 3 at the top, and then you leave $600 to $1,000 on the table, and you press go.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that is going to be the avenue for the week. I hate betting this tournament. Cheers to a great season.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great having you guys join us each and every Monday evening here on Twitter. Yeah. We've done that, and we've done it on YouTube. We're on iTunes as well. Joe, yeah. Are you going to write your odds checker article? I guess we.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Okay.
Odds checker will be up tomorrow. The odds checker piece, Jock Market Power Hour Wednesday. Join that. That's going to be the way to play this week. They've got shorting available now. Like, everyone freaking loves it. If you haven't done it yet and you're able to do it, sign up with the promo code. That helps us out a lot. And I'll see you there.
Thanks again. Hey, Joe, there's a week off for football, and then there's the new Safeway Open called the Fortnite or something.
Fortnite, something like that. But maybe we'll do something. You know what? So we're gonna do Ryder Cup, right? Mm-hmm. We have to do a Ryder Cup show for sure. Mm-hmm. We'll figure it out. We will be around to answer any questions. Maybe Chad and I rotate weeks or something like that through the fall. We've got another baby on the way. Yeah. We've got some nice family time coming up for both of us after a long super season. So best of luck.
Joe, you could start your own podcast because I got this damn kid coming. I'm going to have no time this fall. So maybe you'll do late nights with Joe, and I'll just join you every once in a while.
Okay, maybe we'll do that. Late nights with Joe. Maybe we'll just sit here and chat. But appreciate you guys. Yes, lunchtime long shots out tomorrow, as always.
Hey, good to see you guys. Thanks for chatting along.
Peace.
Peace out.